Yo, what's up, guys? Leafs lose 5-1 to the Dallas Stars tonight, guys, on the second night of a back-to-back. Man, this was another frustrating night for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, I didn't think the Leafs played bad at all in this game, but unfortunately, guys, this is the NHL. There is no silver linings. There is no moral victories. Leafs still did lose 5-1. They did drop another 2 points. And once again, your superstars did not perform to the standards we expect them to. Now, like I said, I thought the Leafs played well. First 2.5 periods, that third period wasn't great. The Leafs had some great opportunities to score some good goals. Matthews had a great chance in the first, able to steal the puck. Ottinger robs him. John Tavares has a point-blank opportunity. Yeah, William Nylander had a breakaway. Those are three solid opportunities in this game tonight that the Maple Leafs had to score goals tonight. But unfortunately, their best players squandered those opportunities. Leafs, unfortunately, were able to only score one goal tonight by Scott Laughton. Really nice goal by Scott Laughton, one of the only few guys that shows a little bit of heart, a little bit of passion, and energy, of course, and effort. So that's nice to see, obviously. But at the end of the day, it's just not bloody good enough. The Leafs end the road trip with an 0-3 record, outscored 14-4, guys. Power play continuously to be shit. Tonight again, 0-4, 0-10 on the 3-game road trip, guys. Now, the only bright spot that happened in this game is the Leafs didn't give up a power play goal. Dallas is the highest scoring power play team in the league. But like I said, that's only a silver lining. And unfortunately, silver linings don't get you wins in this game. Dallas is one of the best teams in the league, guys. They got the second most wins in the NHL, of course. But some of the goals they scored tonight could have been avoidable, of course. That first goal should have been a penalty on Jason Robertson on an interference by Jake McCabe. There's no call. He's able to beat, obviously, Jake McCabe there to get the goal under Hildeby's arm. I thought it should have been a penalty, but of course it was not a penalty. And Dallas didn't even really threaten the Leafs much. Dallas had 8 shots through 2 bloody periods. The Leafs outshot Dallas in the second 15-4, but Jake Ottinger was absolutely spectacular tonight, guys. He was very, very good for the Dallas Stars. Gave them a chance to win, but that doesn't mean I didn't think Dennis Hildeby had a bad game. I thought Hildeby played well, made some really good saves, but unfortunately, Dallas, in that third period specifically, were able to get guys in front, and able to screen him, get some deflections on a couple goals, and that was the difference. Dallas was able to get some great shots from the point on net and beat Hildeby, and that was the difference in this game. Dallas is just a really strong and hard team that's able to get the puck in deep, get men in front of the net to make the goalie's life difficult. And that's what they did tonight against the Maple Leafs. But once again, the opportunities that the Maple Leafs have, and they just do not bury their chances, is extremely frustrating. We are seeing this too much again by the Maple Leafs, specifically their stars, like I've been saying. William Nylander is having his worst slump, I think, in a very, very, very long time. He says, I've never been through this before. Willie hasn't scored a bloody goal since November 28th. This is extremely, extremely concerning regarding William Nylander, guys. A -3 tonight does not look like himself right now, and this is why the Maple Leafs are slumping. He's not playing well. Nyes hasn't played well since the game against Carolina. He's been horrendous. Matthews had multiple opportunities to get goals on this 3-game road trip. Doesn't get any goals this game. Just not good enough by Austin Matthews, guys. We all know that this is not what we want from our captain. He has just not been good enough. You got him saying one thing about how the team is mentally okay. Then you got Berube saying the team has mental issues, obviously, in the game yesterday after Nashville. It's like everybody is on a different page right now, and that is very, very concerning, to say the least. There were moments in this game where I thought the Leafs could come back, possibly after Laughton made it 2-1, of course, but Dallas is just such a solid, solid team. They got great players, of course, and they were able to put their foot on the Leafs' throat and find a way to close out this hockey game. Dallas hadn't beaten the Leafs at home since 2017. Leafs were like 7-0 against Dallas their last 7 games. They really had Dallas's number. And unfortunately, that win streak gets snapped tonight, of course. You just want to see this team show you some effort, and they did that tonight. But unfortunately, the chances that they had were not buried, and this is why us Leaf fans are getting to a point now where it's like, where do you go from here? You're at the bottom of the East, guys. You have a 500 record to 35 games. You're 15-15-5. This is not what we were expecting from this hockey team coming into the season after winning a division. Of course, there's clearly some shock going on with this hockey team right now, but Berube clearly doesn't have the answers right now. Neither does Treliving, and God almighty, I am really annoyed with Craig Berube's decision-making tonight. You know, why in God's name did he scratch Easton Cowan? That is just puzzling to me. Easton Cowan is a young player, one of the only few guys that shows energy and effort, and Craig Berube says, you know, it's time for him to watch a game. Why? What does Max Domi, what has he done, Max Domi, to justify coming back into the lineup after being scratched for one game? Did you see that play Domi made in the second period? Has the puck on the corner of the ice there and tries to make a pass, turns the puck over, and Dallas scores. Thank God the Leafs challenged that, and it was called offside, because that was another back-breaking mistake by Max Domi. If you guys ask me, he got to go right back up to the press box for the next game. I am sick and tired of Max Domi and his garbage play every single bloody night. You know, it's getting sickening to me. He plays, what drives me nuts about Domi, he thinks because of his last name he can get away with shit. I am sick and tired of this guy. He has to start playing for the front of the shirt, not the back. Enough is enough with this guy. He has been mediocre at best for the Leafs. If not, he's been nothing but garbage this year and majority of last season for the Maple Leafs. You know, and on top of it all, Berube puts him on the first line with Matthews and Knight. Why does he deserve that? He did not deserve to get first line minutes tonight. It's inexcusable to me why Craig Berube did that. Now, Yarncrook's a different story, but I did not think Cowan deserved to be scratched in this game, guys. So you got the coach making stupid decisions. The GM's getting blamed for not building this team properly. Everybody's pointing fingers at everybody. The leaders aren't performing and not stepping up when they have to. You got your bottom six guys who have been doing some good things as of late, but it's just not a great team collective effort right now, guys. Hilda be left hung out to dry at times in this game. It's very frustrating to me watching this Maple Leafs team not have any answers for the way they're playing right now, guys. And things are only going to get worse for the Maple Leafs. They have a very tough schedule, so things are only going to get more difficult for them. You know, teams continue to collect points, and they're continuing to slump. So let's hope to God that maybe Chris Tanev can come back, even though he isn't going to help you offensively. You get another veteran leader back into the lineup. I don't know where they go from here with the Lions, guys. I really don't, because the way Matthews is playing, Knives, Tavares, Nylander, they're all slumping. Even though Tavares scored last game, he has been in a bit of a slump, of course. Thank God he came back after taking that shot to the arm. If he had gotten injured, that would have been a problem. McCabe took a shot off the ankle. Good thing he's okay as well, because the Leafs cannot afford any more injuries right now. And even though they did show more effort in this game, they played well at times in this game, at the end of the day, guys, they lost 5-1. Their defensive effort is not good enough as a team. They're giving up too many goals, guys, even though they gave up less shots tonight, which is absolutely a surprise with this hockey team right now. You gave up 5 bloody goals, 1 empty netter, obviously. It's just not good enough from this hockey team right now. They do not play as a team right now. They play like a bunch of individuals. We need to see a change sooner rather than later. It's like I've been saying, you either fire Mark Savard, you could fire Berube, you could fire Treliving. Will that change anything, guys? Because it's clear as day. These players do not take accountability. You haven't heard anyone saying, I need to play better. I need to do this more. I need to be more effective in certain areas. None of these guys are doing that right now, and that's very disappointing to see, but we're not surprised. A lot of these players have never taken accountability for their shit level of play. We haven't seen it in over a decade. I don't expect to start seeing it now, guys, but this team here needs to get their bloody act together because, my God, I do not want to continue this for another 4 to 5 months, but it doesn't seem like things are going to get any better anytime soon unless you are willing to make some difficult decisions regarding trading a player or firing a coach. It really seems like the Maple Leafs don't want to fire Craig Berube, but they might not have a choice anymore because of how this team is playing right now. They are clearly not responding in some ways. Obviously, they responded well tonight, but in the past games, of course, and you're just not getting the results with that play. It's just like you might have to do something just to shake things up a little bit. Do I think it's totally his fault? No, but he is a part to blame for why this Maple Leafs team has had a lot of shortcomings this season, guys. Barring injuries, of course. This team here, I expected a lot more from them. Like I said last video, they have the talent to make the playoffs. They have the talent to be a very good hockey team. But it's all up here right now, and we're just not seeing that, guys. But, guys, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this Maple Leaf struggling, guys. You know, just continuing to play like crap at times, continuing to struggle to find wins. Even though, like I've been saying this video, it wasn't a horrendous performance tonight. It just simply wasn't good enough, guys. So tell me your thoughts and opinions on this game tonight, guys. So click like if you like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Go Leafs, go as always, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Leafs Unfiltered. Ciao, guys.